Okay, this video is for World Radio 1958 James. This is your control box. I show you the operation here. It's sitting right at south. Now, other people that's watching this video, you'll see that it's a south pointing meter. And we're pretty close to south right there. So I'm gonna move the control to north. Okay. What it does, first of all, it turns. See, right now it's turning clockwise or counterclockwise. So whenever it starts to turn, it always goes back the opposite way, just in case the wedge is stuck. And there it just applied the brake, so it's got the brake delay in it. My needle's off just a little bit. It should be north, but these things are designed so that they stop about 5 degrees before it gets to the end of the travel so it doesn't jam the rotor. Now, I'm going to manually turn it just a little bit more. Now it's right up against the stop. But that's not the way the automatic part works. Just give you an idea. Now I'm going to turn it to south again. Now, normally it would go one way and then the other, but since it's up against the stop, it's not going to do that. Boy, my indicator is way off. It's hard to find the center of that little marker that I got up there. I need to do something a little different. Let's see, now it's on the S. And you're pointing at S. Now I'm going to go all the way clockwise to north again. Now watch the rotor. See it go one way, then the next. That's so just in case the brake is wedged, got some tension on it. It backs it up so it'll release it. That's just about there. Now I'll manually do it the rest of the way. And that's designed so it'll stop before the end. And so we're at north again. I'll take it back to the south. There's no backing up because it's all the way up against it. That means it's turning counterclockwise, which that's the way it's turning. The red light on the brake release means that it's released the brake. And then there the brake applies. So you're on south again. So if I had my little thing centered better, it would be easier to tell. But that's roughly it. I'm going to turn this thing off so it's pointing south for you. If I can get this up here. There's the board for the LED light bar. That's from Ham Supply. It's wired directly into the wiring. And all this goes up here to your control. Let me get up above here so I can see it. There we go. Here's your lights for your indicator. And though the rear calibration switch is no longer active, I'll show you something on the bottom. Once again, these wires are all long enough that you can undo some wire ties and you can take this board out and service it. Now right here, here, let me turn this other light on. Oops. Now I won't get a shadow. See that extra resistor? I had a little problem calibrating this thing. Right there. I had to add that in there to try to get it so I could calibrate it better. James, when you get this thing home, as I talked to you before, you might have to calibrate it with your rotor. But you take a small little screwdriver, and I put heat shrink all the way up so I didn't short nothing out. And you come in here and you turn these 2 pots. You'll get, or 3 pots. You'll get all the information on how to adjust everything whenever you get it back. But this is made so that you take these plastic screws out, or bolts, nuts. You can flip this whole board over and service it if you ever need to. But if it looks like everything's going to be good with that resistor in there, I want you to put a dab of, hot glue, drip some wax on it or something to hold that in place so it don't break loose. But if it acts like it's not going to calibrate, you might have to remove that other resistor right there. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to try to put this screwdriver up in there. Where is, oh, there it is. Right there, that resistor right there. It's piggybacked off of R14. But if you have to remove it to try to calibrate it to your rotor, go ahead. If, you check the calibration on it and everything seems to be good, might want to put something on there to hold that little thing in place. I don't know if I'd want to put some silicone on it and try to glue it down, but just something so it doesn't fall off. But that's it. I mount these boards all the same way. The notch goes right here so that your wires can go down through that hole. And this one here has got an extra hole in it, so I ran some of the wires through it. But you can pull that board off and service it. Any wires that get broke, I've got a pretty detailed set of instructions on color codes, wire sizes, this and that, and you'll be getting all that in the when you get it back. So I talked to Wayne today at Ham Supply. He's making me a dealer for these E-Z rotors. So we're going to get a lot more business putting these things in. So anyway, hope you enjoy it. I'm going to put the cover back on it. It'll be all ready to ship to you when you're ready for it. Okay? 73.